Alright, these are my top 10 mono green Voltron commanders, which I think could be really fun. I don't know who's running mono green Voltron, but hey, here we go. We've got Omnath, Locus of Mana. I feel like this is kind of the original guy that you want to run. You just don't lose that unspent green mana, and then it gives +1/+1 for each unspent mana you have. So you just ramp a ton and just put a bunch of, I don't know, some enchantments on it or something. Just make it really, really big, and just pump your pump your mana pool full of mana, and then just swing for a ton of damage with trample somehow. I don't know, this one's pretty straightforward, but it could be pretty fun. Wilson, Refined Grizzly. First off, the spell can't be countered. Second off, it has Vigilance and Reach and Trample. And third off, it has Ward 2. So, I don't know, there's so many things to love about Wilson. It is an overpowered uncommon, but he's pretty fun. He's pretty fun. And you can choose a background, so if you wanted to add in that, I don't know, your commander is a 10/10 giant on top of it, you could add that too. That makes it even more interesting. But yeah, this one's already stacked to begin with, and then you can just have your way with your opponents. Next off is Multani, Yavimai's Avatar. This one gives +1/+1 for each land you control and each land in your graveyard, and it already natively has Reach and Trample. And then you can return it from your graveyard to your hand by just returning 2 lands as well. So it already has a native way to get back from your graveyard, so you never have to cast it from your command zone, probably. I don't know, this one's pretty cool. It's, again, pretty straightforward, but it's a pretty legit strategy. Just throw in a bunch of ramp and just charge. That's really it. Questing Beast is a little odd, but hey, it's another keyword soup here. We got Vigilance, Death Touch, and Haste, and it can't be blocked with creatures with power 2 or less, and combat damage that will be dealt by creatures you control can't be prevented. And then it also deals damage to planeswalkers the player controls. This thing's crazy. Imagine dealing 10 damage to the player and then just killing off one of their planeswalkers. It's insane. This one's just great for your, I don't know, just big stompy ridiculous strategies. Okay, this one's actually new. I didn't know this one existed until this video. Immeril Elfheim Elite. This is the perfect Voltron commander. Whenever Immeril attacks, it gets +X/+X until end of turn, where X is the number of elves you control. It's just a big, I don't know, elf ball commander, but you're probably not going to attack with your other elves. But you can have Immeril assign its combat damage as though it weren't blocked. Just make this thing 21 power, boom, they're dead. Even if Immeril dies, you can just have it deal combat damage to that player, boom, they're dead. It's insane. This is the perfect green commander. Maybe we shouldn't even go past this one, because all the other ones suck compared to it, but I don't know. It's definitely contingent upon the elves you have, so if you don't have any elves out, it's not very good. But it can be very deadly very fast. Next, we've got Toski, Bearer of Secrets. This one's really good. Again, can't be countered. It's already indestructible. It attacks each combat if able, and then whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, you draw a card. You're drawing cards. It's already indestructible. It's attacking every turn. Pump this thing just so hard, and then just swing like crazy. It's pretty fun, and it's really annoying and hard to get rid of. This one's different. I want to build this. Legolas Master Archer. He has Reach. Whenever you cast a spell that targets him, you put a +1/+1 counter on him. Then whenever you cast a spell that targets a creature you don't control, deals damage equal to his power to up to 1 target creature. So this is all about combat tricks. So you're just casting just giant growths and titanic growths and just all of those, just swinging hard with all those instants and stuff. And then you just hit somebody real hard. I don't know. It's kind of fun. Maybe a little weaker, but I don't know. I think it's a neat idea. Kosei Penitent Warlord. This is a 0/5, but whenever it's enchanted, equipped, and it has a counter on it, he has whenever he deals combat damage to an opponent, you draw that many cards and he deals that much damage to each other opponent. So as you're killing off your friend, you're also hitting the other people for a lot of damage as well. I don't know. If you can just make him unblockable or something, boom, you're dealing 21 damage to to each opponent. I mean, it's wild. I love this guy. Thrun, Breaker of Silence. You could also use the old Thrun, but this one's a little bit better. Again, can't be countered, and it natively has trample. And it can't be the target of non-green spells your opponents control or abilities of non-green sources your opponents control. And as long as it's your turn, he also has indestructible. So you're swinging in with a big guy and it just can't be touched. I don't know. He's kind of fun. Pump him up and go. And lastly, the Terrorasque. is just nuts. I love this creature. It's a 10/10 and it has haste and ward 10 as long as you cast it. And if it's a command zone, you have to cast it. So there you go. Ward 10, that's essentially just hexproof, which is pretty cool because I don't know how many people are going to pay 10 mana or even have 10 mana just available to do something. But anyway, whenever it attacks, it fights a creature defending player controls. I don't know, so you're getting rid of creatures. You're bumping it up even bigger than a 10/10. So you just stuff the deck full of ramp and unblockable equipments and all that stuff, because this guy's hitting hard and he's probably going to hit fairly fast depending on how your deck is built. Anyway, that was some really cool creatures, and now I want to build some decks. So I hope this was thought-provoking for you as well. Thank you to my Patreon subscribers for putting up with my dumb videos like this. And I don't know, I'll join you guys next week for your weekly dose of magic.